And happy Sunday evening, if there is such a thing. This is Kurt Berglund with Sunday Strat-O-Matic day-night doubleheader action. Actually, this is game 2. This is the night doubleheader, and I promised you in game 1 of our doubleheader, the Yankees and White Sox game, that we would do something a little different for game 2 of our day-night doubleheader, and sure enough we are. So I was going through my Strat-O-Matic cards thinking about something different that would get our minds off of Sunday night, and I came up with something. Many of you know that I have very nearly a complete set of 1963 Strat-O-Matic cards. I'm like 4 cards short. It's a long story. I go into it in another video that I did on this using these cards. And then I remembered that I also have a complete set of Seattle Pilots cards. These are the originals to 1969 with the extras. And so I was thinking, what can I do? And so what I came up with was 1963 Sandy Koufax and the Los Angeles Dodgers against the Seattle Pilots, and I want to see what kind of strikeout totals we can get. Now, in case your memory is a little foggy, like mine, Sandy Koufax in 1963 went 25-5 with a 1.88 earned run average. He pitched 311 innings because why not? And he allowed 214 hits. He walked 58. He struck out 306 and allowed 18 home runs. This is his card. You'll be seeing it a lot tonight. The 1963 Dodgers, of course, swept the Yankees and won the 1963 World Series. And the Pilots did not win the 1969 World Series. So we have a little bit of a mismatch. But we're breaking out the old, original, basic game cards from the 1960s. And I thought that'd be something a little different, a little fun, and playing the basic game. So let's give that a whirl. Let's go to the starting lineups for tonight's game. We're in Los Angeles for tonight's game. Here is the Pilots lineup. Leading off in left field, it's Tommy Harper. He is a 2. He hit 235 in 1969. Batting second, it's not John Kennedy. No, sorry, John. Batting second in right field, it's Mike Hegan. He hit 292 for the Pilots. Batting third in center field, it's Wayne Comer. He hit 245. Don Mincher bats fourth. He hit 246. He plays first base. Comer's in center field, by the way. Rich Rollins bats fifth. He's at third base, and he hit 2 1/4. Jerry Mcnurtney bats sixth. He's behind the plate. He hit 241. John Donaldson bats seventh. He plays second base, and he hit 228. And Ray Euler bats eighth. He is the shortstop, and he hit 165 in 255 at-bats for Joe Schultz and the Pilots. On the mound is Marty Patton. Marty was 7-12 with a 5.60 earned run average for the Pilots in 1969. All right, we got our pitcher's hitting card all ready to go. Now we'll look at the homestanding Dodgers lineup. Leading off at shortstop, it's Maury Wills. He hit 302 in 1963. Batting second at second base is Junior Gilliam. He hit 282. Tommy Davis bats third and plays third base. He hit 326. Ron Fairley bats fourth and plays first base. He hit 271. Big Frank Howard is in right field, batting fifth. He hit .273 with 28 homers. Wally Moon bats sixth. He's in left field. He hit .262. Willie Davis bats seventh. He's in center field. He hit .245. And batting eighth behind the plate, it's John Roseborough. He hit .236. And this is Koufax's card. And there it is. All right. So, we are ready for some 1963 Dodgers versus 1969 Pilots action. And whenever you set something up like this, it almost never works out. But let's see how many strikeouts Sandy might get against the Seattle outfit. Here we go, Tommy Harper. Hey, struck him out. That's one to get the game going. We're underway in LA. Now it's Mike Hegan. Koufax winds and delivers to Hegan, and there's a base hit to center field for Hegan. He's on with one out. He is a C stealer. It is tempting to send him, but we're not going to do that yet. Koufax to the stretch. The pitch to center fielder Wayne Comer is a catcher's card X. And that means John Roseborough gets a chance, and that's a 6, and I don't think that's going to cause too many problems. He's a 2, so Comer's out on a dribbler, and Hegan moves up to second base. So with 2 outs, it'll be Mincher. Hegan in scoring position. We're in the top of the first. Koufax the stretch one more time, and the pitch to Minch. He walks him 2. So there's 2 on now for the Pilots, for Rich Rollins coming to the plate. The Seattle third baseman to start the season. They went through a number of them during the year. Koufax the stretch one more time. See if he can strike out Rollins. The pitch is strike 3 swinging. Number 2 for Sandy. The Pilots are retired in the first. And we're going to the bottom of the first with no score. All right, so now it's the Dodgers' opportunity against Marty Patton, the opening day starter for the Pilots. It'll be Wills, Gilliam, and Tommy Davis coming up for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first. The pitch to Maury Wills is to right and deep. It's going to drive Hegan back, but he can't get there. It's a leadoff home run for Maury Wills, even though Maury had a donut in the home run department in 1963. So you never know. All right. Bottom of the first, leadoff home run for Maury Wills. Gilliam at the plate. Marty Patton's pitch is more trouble. This is going to be extra bases down the line, and Gilliam's got a double with nobody out. Patton's problems continue, and Joe Schultz is cradling his Budweiser. Patton to the stretch. The pitch to Tommy Davis. Base hit, infield single off of Patton's glove. First and third for the Dodgers. Now it's Fairley. Ron Fairley at the plate. Seattle defense at double play depth. Pitch to him. Ground ball, Rollins. He goes to Donaldson for 1. The relay to Mincher is a rally-killing, soul-crushing double play. 2 outs now in the bottom of the first, but Gilliam trots home while those hijinks were taking place, and there's 2 runs in, and now with 2 outs for the Dodgers, it's Frank Howard. 2-0 LA. Patton winds and delivers, and he strikes out Howard for his first strikeout. So we've played 1 in LA. 2-0 Dodgers. With the old school cards. A little crispy, but that's okay. We're all right. We're having fun. And it'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Pilots facing Koufax in the top of the second. no-hitter. Mike Hegan singled with 1 out in the first, so we can't have that. But we can rack up some Ks, and Sandy's got 2 of them already. He winds and delivers to Mcnurtney. Base hit for Jerry off of Koufax. He's got something to tell his kids. And there's a base runner for Seattle. Now it's Donaldson. Koufax the stretch. The pitch home. Popped it up. Junior Gilliam on the infield dirt. 1 gone in the second. Now it's Ray Euler who's going to put his cigarette down just long enough to strike out against Koufax. And no, he gets a piece of it. He gets a piece of it. It's bouncing to Junior Gilliam. Mcnurtney's going to make it to second base, and Euler is thrown out at first. And there's 2 outs now for Patton. Marty, not much with the stick, you could say. You could put it nicely. Koufax the stretch, the pitch home, and he blows him away. So, 3 strikeouts for Sandy in 2 innings. Dodgers lead 2-0 in this one. Having fun on a Sunday night. All right, so Patton coming out. 6, 7, 8 hitters for Marty coming in the Dodgers second. Wally Moon, Willie Davis, John Roseboro. The pitch is grounded to Euler. Ray gloves it and fires to Mincher for out number 1 in the second. Now it's Willie Davis, Dodgers center fielder. Pitch to Willie is a chance for Mcnurtney. And he strikes him out. That's number 2 for Patton, and there's 2 up and 2 down in the Dodgers second. Now it's Roseboro with Sandy Koufax on deck. Marty winds and delivers, and this is going to be trouble. Roseboro's got himself a sliding triple with 2 outs in the second. That'll bring up Koufax with the insurance run just 90 feet away. Can Sandy do anything about it? Speaking about pitchers that weren't real comfortable with the lumber, the pitch to right, but not deep. Here comes Hegan, and he's going to put it away for out number 3. So we've played 2 in LA, and it's 2-0 Dodgers. 63 Dodgers over the Seattle Pilots. Koufax will face the top of the Pilots' order in the 3rd inning. Harper, Hegan, and then Wayne Comer. Pitch from Sandy is ball 4. He's not been dominant, but he has been effective. Now it's Hegan. Koufax the stretch. Pitch to Mike. He walked Hegan as well. So there's 2 on now for Seattle with nobody out, and it's Comer coming up. Koufax the stretch. The pitch to Comer. He squares to bunt. And sure enough, he gets it down. Bounces it toward Fairley, who turns and flips to Junior Gilliam covering first, and the Pilots have runners in scoring position for Mincher. 1 out in the 3rd. Koufax the stretch. Dodger infield at normal depth. The pitch to Minch. Ground ball second base. This is going to score a run. Donaldson gloves it. Gilliam gloves it and throws to Fairley. And Harper scores from 3rd. Hegan moves to 3rd, and it's 2-1. The Pilots have scored off of the 1963 Sandy Koufax card. Rich Rollins up now with Hegan 90 feet away and 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Rich struck out in the 1st inning. The pitch From Koufax, he blows him away. It's a 6-6. He blows him away. And that's strikeout number 4. So Sandy gives up a run on no hits. The Pilots leave one. But it's only 2-1 after 2.5 innings in L.A. Patton will face the top of the Dodger order, Wills, Gilliam, and Tommy Davis in the bottom of the third. Maury took a leadoff homer, took a leadoff jog around the bases. Back in the first inning, this is grounded to Donaldson. Donaldson to his left gloves it and flips to Mincher, and there's one down. Now it's Junior Gilliam. I don't know if this is the original color of the cards in 63. A little bit off-white. Might be aging a little bit. Gilliam at the plate. The pitch from Patton. Hey, struck him out. There's number 3 for Marty Patton, who's holding his own against a pretty good Dodger lineup. Tommy Davis up now with 2 outs and nobody on. He singled in the first. The pitch. Base hit again for Tommy Davis. He's on with 2 outs, and it'll be Fairley at the plate. Ron grounded into a double play in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Patton the stretch. Checks Davis at first. The pitch home to Fairley is... Yeah, let's see. Were we holding Tommy Davis? Yes, we were. There's a base hit through for Fairley. And Davis will get to third before Hegan can get it back in. So there's Dodgers at the corners and 2 outs for Howard. Patton the stretch one more time. A pitch to Big Frank. Hey, struck him out. Marty Patton's 4th strikeout. And after 3 innings, Marty Patton has just as many strikeouts as Sandy Koufax. How many of you had that in the office pool? We are going to the top of the 4th. It's 2-1 L.A. in this battle between the 63 world champions and the 69 not world champion Pilots. All right, so let's see what kind of damage Sandy can do this inning. Mcnurtney, Donaldson, and Oilers, 6, 7, and 8 coming up for Seattle. Koufax pitch. Ground ball, Maury Wills. He gloves it and throws to Fairley for out number 1. Now it's Donaldson, who probably wouldn't be playing against the left-hander, but I put him in there anyway. Pitch. Line shot at Gilliam, 2 outs. 2 up and 2 down for the first time for Koufax in this game. And now it'll be Euler. Ray hit a 430-foot home run last time up. No, I'm just kidding. Ray Euler did not do that. He grounded out to second base. Koufax winds and delivers. Hey, he struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Sandy. We've played 3.5. It's still 2-1 Dodgers. And coming up for the Dodgers will be Moon, Davis, and Roseboro in the Dodger 4th. Patton doing a nice job so far. Joe Schultz easing up a little bit on the Budweiser, which is always a good sign for third base coach Frankie Crosetti. And the fact that I know that scares the living bejesus out of myself. All right. Now it's Wally Moon. Line out to first plus injury, but we're going to ignore the injuries. No extra players for Strat Matic in 1963. The benches are a little bit on the thin side, you might say. Now it's Davis with 1 out. Willie struck out in the second. The pitch. Walked him. He walks Davis. And now it'll be Roseboro. Patton the stretch, the pitch to Rosie. There goes Davis. The hit and run is on. Look at me being all sort of Walter Alston. Ground ball, John Donaldson. Davis passes him on the bases, and so Donaldson flips to Mincher, and there's 2 outs with Davis at second for Koufax now. Sandy 0 for 1, 2 outs. Patton the stretch, the pitch, and this is hit to center. Wayne Comer into left center a little bit, but he's under it, and he's going to make the catch. We've played 4. It's 2-1 Dodgers. The Pilots are very much in this game against Sandy Koufax. All right, so it'll be Patton leading off the 5th inning for the Pilots, and then the top of the order with Harper and then Hegan. Patton struck out in the 2nd. Pitch from Sandy. Line shot caught by Tommy Davis at third base. 1 gone in the Pilots' 5th. Now it's Harper. Tommy walked in the 3rd, struck out in the 1st. The pitch. Ground ball, Gilliam. Jr.'s got it and flips to Fairley for out number 2. No Seattle hits since the 2nd inning. Koufax has walked 2. He's allowed 2 singles. 1 run it was earned, and he's struck out 5 so far. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. It's Hegan. 1 for 1 with a walk for Mike. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. That's strikeout number 6 for Koufax. We're halfway through this one. It's 2-1 Dodgers. 2-1 LA. And the top of the order coming for LA in the bottom of the 5th. Wills, Gilliam, and then Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis. Batting champ. Wills is 1 for 2. The pitch to him is grounded to Donaldson. John's got it to his left and throws to Mincher. And there's 1 gone. Now it's Gilliam. Jr., 1 for 2, scored in the 1st. The pitch from Patton. Walked him. He walked him. And now with 1 out and 1 on, it's Tommy Davis. This is where things are getting a little testy in the Pilots' dugout. So it's going to be John O'Donohue, the left-hander, although this Strat-O-Matic card doesn't tell you that. And the fact that I know that scares the bejesus out of me. He's warming up in the bullpen for the Pilots. Davis at the plate, 2 for 2. The pitch from Patton. Hey, strikes out Davis. That's strikeout number 5 for Marty. He's 1 behind Koufax. And Fairley at the plate now. 1 for 2. Patton in the stretch and the pitch home, and that's trouble. It's deep, and that's going to be off the wall. Now they're going to send Gilliam around third. He will be waved. The throw to Comer, to Euler, to Mcnurtney is not in time. 3-1 lead for the Dodgers on a RBI double by Ron Fairley. Patton facing Howard now. He has struck Frank out both times. Moon is on deck. The pitch. Hey, strikes out Howard. He has now tied Koufax's strikeout total in this game. It ends the 5th inning. We go to the 6th, and it's 3-1 LA. John O'Donohue, the lefty, can take a seat in the Pilots' bullpen. Koufax will get the meat of the Pilots' order in the 6th inning. Comer, Mincher, and Rollins. Pilots down by 2. The pitch from Koufax. Comebacker, gloved by Koufax. He takes a couple of steps toward Ron Fairley and flips to him for the out. So Koufax has now retired 10 in a row and is very much in a groove against these Pilots. Mincher 0 for 1 with a walk. The pitch from Koufax to left field. Coming in fast is Wally Moon, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Now it's Rollins. 0 for 2 for Rich. Both of them strike out. The pitch is drilled by Rollins. And that's going to be extra bases that splits Moon and Willie Davis in left center. Rollins makes it to second with a double. He snaps Koufax's string of 11 retired in a row. And it's the first hit for the Pilots since the second inning. They've got a chance to score now if Mcnurtney can come through. Jerry is 1 for 2 off of Koufax. Sandy the stretch. The pitch home. Hey, strikes out Mcnurtney. That's number 7. And the Pilots are retired in the 6th. It's 3-1 Dodgers as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Patton coming back out for another stanza. It's Moon, Willie Davis, and John Roseboro. 6, 7, 8 coming up for those wacky Pilots led by the Budweiser chugging Joe Schultz. Wally Moon, 0 for 2. The pitch from Patton to Wally is to left and deep. This is driving Harper to the wall, and it's gone. 4-1 Dodgers with a solo 6th inning home run off of Patton for Wally Moon. John O'Donohue gets up one more time, and Willie Davis stands in 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch to Willie. Hey, struck him out. Number 7 for Patton. Marty's allowed 8 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 7. All 4 runs are earned, however. Roseboro at the plate. Pitch to Rosie. Hey, struck him out. 2 down. I don't know why I did the D20. Force of habit. Now it's Koufax. 2 outs. Nobody on. Patton can strike out the side if he gets Koufax. And this is grounded to Donaldson to his right. He plants. He fires. And that retires the Dodgers. But the Wally Moon shot, see what I did there? The Wally Moon shot added a run, and it's 4-1 Dodgers as we go to the 7th. Sandy has 7 strikeouts of Pilot batters. Donaldson, Euler, and Patton's spot are due. Nobody has a hit. None of those 3 men have reached base. The pitch to Donaldson. Until now. Base hit, Donaldson up the middle, and that's the start of maybe something. In the 7th, Euler 0 for 2. They're going to let him bat. Why not? Donaldson at first, Koufax the stretch, the pitch to Ray Euler. Ground ball to Tommy Davis. And see, this is the problem. This is the Achilles heel. Tommy Davis, not a good third baseman. And I rolled an 8, and that's going to spell that he knocks it down. He fires to Junior Gilliam at second, and that's all they're going to get. So Euler reaches on a fielder's choice to Tommy Davis. That should have been a twin killing, but wasn't, and that's going to bring up a pinch hitter for Patton. As Joe Schultz is going for it. He wants the victory. So, Danny Walton, who became a cult hero for Milwaukee Brewer fans, is going to bat for Patton in the 7th. There's 1 out. Euler at first. Someone's got to tell Ray what to do. It's been a while since he's been on the bases. Koufax the stretch. The pitch home to Danny Walton is a base hit. Danny Walton, the .217 hitter, singles off Koufax. Oilers stops at second. They're down 3. But now Harper comes to the plate, and he's the tying run, potentially. Tommy's got some pop, 9 homers. 0 for 2 today. Koufax, the stretch. The pitch to Harper. Ground ball, Gilliam. Junior gloves it. And boots it. He boots it, clank. It's off his glove. Harper's safe. The bases are dripping with pilots, and Koufax has a 7th inning jam, and I don't think any of these words have ever been said before. All right, so Hegan at the plate, 1 for 2. 1 man out. Dodger infield at normal depth. They want to turn it. Koufax, the stretch, looks in amazement at all 3 pilots on the bases, and the pitch home. Hey, strikes out Hegan. That's number 8. 2 gone in the 7th inning, and now it'll be Comer. Wayne's got a little pop. 15 dongs for Wayne in 1969. 0 for 2 for him. He's also bunted in this game. Koufax, again in amazement, checks all the runners. The pitch to Comer. Hit to center field. Willie Davis on the run, and he's going to get there for out number 3. The Pilots load him with 1 out and fail to score. Well, it's time to stretch him out in L.A. 4-1 Dodger lead in the bottom of the 7th. So Patton's day is done. I'll give you his numbers, and it's going to be the aforementioned John O'Donohue taking the mound for Seattle. So let's start with Patton. He went 6 innings, 8 hits, walked 2, struck out 8, allowed 4 runs, they're all earned, and 2 homers. O'Donohue, 2-2 on the 69 season, a 2.96 ERA in 70 innings, 58 hits, 37 walks, 48 strikeouts, and 5 homers. He will face Wills, Gilliam, and Tommy Davis, the top of the Dodger order in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 4-1. The pitch from O'Donohue is a ground ball, John Donaldson. John Donaldson makes the play to Mincher, and there's 1 gone in the 7th. Now it's Gilliam. Junior is 1 for 2 with a walk. Base hit for Junior Gilliam. 1 out, 1 on. Tommy Davis coming up. And because Joe Schultz is just that way, Bob Locker is going to start to throw. The closer, if that's the expression I'm looking for, in the Pilots' bullpen. Tommy Davis, 2 for 3. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. First one for OD. I don't know if that's what they called him, but that's what I'm calling him. Ron Fairley to the plate. 2 outs, 1 on. 2 for 3 for Fairley. And this is drilled to right and deep. Gone for Fairley. 6-1 Dodgers. O'Donohue does not take advantage of the lefty-lefty matchup on that one. It'll bring up Howard. Now Big Franks is going for the downs. He's going for the downs. 6-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, Howard. The pitch, hey, struck him out. O'Donohue's second, but he allows a 2-run homer to the left-handed hitting Fairley. After 7, it's 6-1 Dodgers. Now it's up to Koufax to see how many he can blow away in the last 6 outs. 8 strikeouts for Sandy so far. Mincher, Rollins, and McNurtney in the Pilots' 8th. They're down by 5. The pitch is hit to right and deep for Mincher. That's going to drive Howard to the wall, and it's 6-2. It's 6-2, Pilots. Look at those scrappy Pilots getting into it. They're giving each other high fives that hadn't even been invented yet in the dugout. Alrighty. Rollins 1 for 3. The pitch. Left field, Wally Moon. Makes the catch. That's out number 1 in the 8th. Jerry McNurtney 1 for 3. 6-2 Dodgers. Pitch to McNurtney is hit to left and deep. That's going to clank off the wall. Wally Moon's got to go get it. Jerry's got a standing double, and there's 1 out. Pilots refuse to go quietly. Donaldson coming to the plate. Joe Schultz checking his lineup card for anybody at all. Anybody at all with a chance of getting a hit. And it's a little grim. But, oh man. Yeah, why not? They're going to go John Kennedy to pinch hit for John Donaldson, which is a little bit like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. But let's see what happens. Koufax the stretch, McNurtney at second. The pitch home. And that's going to be a base hit for John Kennedy. First and third for the Pilots. 6-2. Euler coming to the plate. And Joe Schultz is motioning to his shortstop. He's giving him the choke sign. So I don't think Ray's going to be batting. Joe just gave him the choke sign. So that's it for him. Gus Gill. I said Gus Gill is going to pinch it for Euler. There's 2 on. I don't think Gus Gill has ever pinch hit for anybody in the history of his life, but he's hitting for Euler. And there's 2 on. McNurtney at third, Kennedy at first, 1 out. 6-2 Dodgers. Koufax not blowing them away. 8 strikeouts for Sandy. The pitch to Gus Gill. Hey, struck him out. That's 9 for Sandy. And it'll be O'Donoghue's spot now coming up. And that's going to bring out another pinch hitter. Look at Joe Schultz working the lineup card. Jim Pagliarone. Pagliarone? Someone can probably help me with that. I think they called him Pags, but that doesn't mean that G was pronounced. It could be like Gagliano, which wasn't Gagliano at all. It was Galliano, but I don't know. 1960s names. Anyway, Jim is at the plate. Jim Pags is going to try and take Koufax deep. Sandy the stretch. The pitch to Jimmy P is a comebacker to Koufax. He gloves it and flips to Fairley, and that will retire the Pilots in the 8th, and that was a little more exciting than Sandy had in mind. So, got a couple of changes coming now for the Pilots. They're going to move Harper to second base. From left field, they're going to put Pags in left field. Kennedy is going to go play shortstop. And the new pitcher will be Locker. And he will bat in the 8th position in the order. And if you're keeping score, yikes. Okay, so Locker is on. O'Donoghue went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 homer, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs, both earned. He's done. Locker is on. Their closer, 5-6 with a 3.15 ERA. 100 innings pitched for him. 95 hits, 32 walks, 61 strikeouts, and 9 homers. The Pilots got him from the White Sox for Gary Bell during the season. And then Gary Bell's arm promptly fell off as soon as he got off the plane at O'Hare. So it turned out to be a good trade for Seattle. Wally Moon, Willie Davis, and John Roseboro up for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-2 LA. Locker trying to stop the bleeding. The pitch. Hey, strikes out Moon, and there's one down. Willie Davis coming on, 0 for 2 with a walk. Locker winds and delivers to Willie Davis, and that's hit to right, and that's Mike Hegan, and that's going to be trouble. Clank. That's off Hegan's glove. Davis is going to take get to second on a 2-base error by Hegan, and now it's Roseboro. Rosie is 1 for 3. Koufax on deck. He will bat the pitch. He walked him. 2 on now. 1 out for Koufax. Dodgers 6, Pilots 2. Koufax is going to try and go deep on this one. Alston's trying to get him to bunt, and Sandy doesn't care. The pitch. Popped it up. John Kennedy at shortstop is going to call for it and take it for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Wills, 1 for 4 with a dong in the first. The pitch. Base hit Wills. This is going to score a run. 7-2 Dodgers. Roseboro gets to third. Davis scores from second. You can't really stop the Pilots' offensive attack. You can only hope to contain it. And so another insurance run is a good idea for LA. They got it, 7-2. Junior Gilliam, 2 for 3. Pitch from Locker. Base hit Gilliam. Trouble for the Pilots. This is going to score Roseboro. It's 8-2. Wills goes to third. RBI for Gilliam. And now it's Tommy Davis. 8-2 LA. Bottom of the 8th, 2 gone. Davis is 2 for 4. The pitch from Locker. Left field, but not deep. Pags is under it, and he puts it away for out number 3. But the Dodgers score 2 on 2 hits. They leave 2, and none of the runs were earned. So we go to the 9th. It's 8-2 LA, and Koufax has a chance to get into double-digit strikeouts if he can notch one in this inning. For the Pilots, it's Harper, Hegan, and then Comer coming up. Tommy is 0 for 3. The pitch from Koufax is drilled to right. Howard to the wall, and he makes the catch. Out number 1 in the 9th. Now it's Hegan. 1 for 3 with a walk for Mike on the day. Koufax winds and delivers. Base hit for Hegan. 2 hits off of Koufax. Sandy has now allowed 9 hits. Comer at the plate. Wayne's 0 for 3. Koufax the pitch. Hey, struck him out. There's number 10 for Sandy. And last but maybe not least, Mincher hit a homer last inning off Koufax. 1 for 3. 25 dongs on the season for Minch. The pitch from Koufax. Left field but not deep. Wally Moon under it. And that will end the ball game. Give you the line scores. This was a complete game victory for Koufax. The loser was Marty Patton. The line scores go like this for the victorious Dodgers: 8 runs, 12 hits, and they committed 1 error. For the vanquished Seattle Pilots, about to get drunk on Budweiser, 2 runs, 9 hits, and they committed 1 error. Thanks for joining me on my trip down memory lane. Not my memory, of course, because I wasn't born yet, but fun to play with the 1963 original cards from Strat-O-Matic. If you like this kind of stuff, you want to see me pull out this set more often, write that in the comments below. Thanks for joining me for Game 2 of Sunday Strat-O-Matic. My name's Kurt Berglund. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I need your subscriptions. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a good Monday. So long, everybody.